everyone. I hope you're having a great weekend. It's Kelly here, and this week, I'm sorry it's been a while since I put out a video, but I've had some things I've had to deal with. But what I wanted to do is I'm wanting to make some decorations for Easter, and I found something from Kirkland's, and it originally was like $126.99 or something like that. It's on sale now for like $95.99, something like that. But I thought, I wonder if I can make that myself for a lot cheaper. So that's what I'm attempting to do. And I've got it half built because I started making this video, but it ended up being so long that I wanted to redo it and just kind of start halfway point. That way, I'm going to walk you through it, but you're not going to have to sit through like a 30-minute video. So anyways, the things that you're going to need. Oh, before I do that, I'm going to insert the picture of the Kirkland's Easter Topiary here. Okay, so it's really cute, and I know that I can make it for a lot cheaper. I'm guessing probably $10–15. But what I'm going to use is, they had like a little vase or planter. And I didn't have one, but I had this to where I had taken a candlestick and like a juice glass, and I had put paint on the inside of the glass to kind of coat it to give it the white, and then I glued it together. So that's what I'm going to use. And I picked these up at the dollar store. They're just some real small. I think you can get them at the Dollar Tree too for like $1, but they weren't much more than $1 at the dollar store. And so I picked up 3 of those. I had some of these, but I think I got them at Walmart. They're like tiny little grapevine wreaths. Okay. And I've got some twine that I picked up at Walmart. Now, I could get a lot of this stuff probably at the Dollar Tree, but I don't live anywhere close to one. So the time and the gas that it would take to go there would probably make up the difference. So I'm just going to, but it's still really cheap to make this. I have some of these decorative Easter eggs that I had already, and they're kind of some are kind of glittery and some are like a speckled, and I'm going to use the speckled ones. I have some, I had this, like, it's a garland, but you could pick up any flowers, you know, like spring colored flowers from anywhere, dollar store, Dollar Tree, Walmart. And so I picked up, this was on a garland, but I've cut it apart. I had some greenery, and this is kind of a garland too, but I cut it apart. Okay. I found these at the dollar store. They're smaller Easter eggs, and these each of these were like $1, but they're kind of speckled. So I'm going to use some of those. Some Spanish moss, and I have two styrofoam balls. This one down here in diameter was 5. Let's see, what was it? 5.5 inches across, something like that. And then this was like 4 inches across in diameter. I painted those with kind of a it's kind of a rose gold, and just because I didn't want the white showing through. And then I have a dowel inside here. So I picked that up. I want to say either Lowe's maybe at Walmart. I might have picked it up at Walmart. But I cut it down to 24 inches in height. And then I've got a little bit of styrofoam that I have inside my glass here to hold it upright. Alright, so now let's get started and I'll kind of show you. Oh, and one more thing, I picked up some branches outside of my yard. So those are the things that I needed, and I'm going to kind of walk you through what I've done so far. Okay, so what I've done so far is I made a hole through my styrofoams, and then I took my twine and I just kind of wrapped it kind of over, you know, just all over the ball, just kind of crisscrossed it all over the styrofoam. And I did the same thing with this one, and I wanted to add a little bit more, so I'll kind of show you how I did that. I'm going to tie this on. Okay, so like what I said is I kind of just kind of crisscrossed it over itself in just different angles. Just kind of cover up the styrofoam. And if you saw in that picture, that's kind of what they did on that one. Oops. Okay. And I'm just going to tuck that in and tie it. Whoops. Hold it. Okay. And I think I want a little bit more than that. Let me get a little bit more. You just want to keep doing until you're comfortable with how much you have on there. Okay. Now, so I feel like that's pretty good because, so I did that and then I slid them onto my, dowel. I slid the big one about halfway down, and then this one I slid to, like right here is the top of the dowel. I took some of my grapevine and I cut it into, like pieces that measured about the spaces here, and let me show you. Okay, I just cut them in, and then I just kind of stood them up against there, and then I took some of the wire, the floral wire that came with the grapevine, and I just kind of wrapped it around just to cover my dowel. Now you could paint this if you wanted to. I didn't, but I kind of felt like I wished I would have, but it still covers pretty good. Okay, so so I did that down here, and then I did it up in the space between the two here. Then I took two of my branches that I found out in my yard, and I put them through this. See, I put them through here this way, and then I put it through this way, so I could have something to kind of anchor this too. Then what I did is on my large grapevine or grapevine wreath, I cut off pieces, and then, well, this one's kind of broken. Okay. Then what I did is I just started wrapping it kind of around. I went around this way horizontally. I did it that way. and kind of glued it a little bit to my branches that were crisscross through there. And then I started taking some of the other pieces and just started putting it through here. And then I would take some of my gosh, I keep losing my thing here. Oh, here we go. I take some of my floral wire, and I'll cut off a little piece, and then because it blends really well, I would just start kind of attaching it so it looks almost like a sphere all the way around. Okay, and let me do one to this side. And I think it turned out very much like that picture I saw of the one in Kirkland's. Okay, so once I did that, and I felt like I had enough coverage on that, I need one piece right here to kind of hold that down. Let me do this. It's nice that it came with that colored floral wire because it came in handy. I didn't have to go get that separately. Okay. Now, twist that. Okay. So, when you're feeling pretty good about the coverage on that, what I did next is I took on the smaller grapevine reeds, I unwound it, and I started putting it, like I would stick it into the styrofoam on this small ball and just start kind of wrapping it around, and with the shape of the grapevine, it would, oh, that was two different pieces, it would kind of conform, and you don't want it real tight, or I didn't want it real tight up against this styrofoam ball. I wanted it kind of loose. So I just started putting it on here, and you could do it to where how it would lay naturally, and then I would take the end and stick it, all you have to do is stick it into the styrofoam. Okay, and so let me finish doing that, and then I'll be right back. Alright, I have it the way I wanted it. Like I said, I have some of this up here just kind of loose, and it just kind of, I let it naturally lay. So I kind of like that. So the next thing I'm going to do is I went ahead and stuck it down in my, what I'm going to hold it in. I don't know what I would even call this, but, and then I went ahead and put some glue and put a little bit of the Spanish moss around the bottom here. Alright, so the last thing I want to do is just kind of decorate it a little bit more, and that's where my flowers and my greenery came in. And all I did was kind of just bring it in through here. And actually, I didn't attach it at all. I just kind of laid it in here loosely. Just kind of looked like it was kind of just growing in there by, you know, on its own. Now put some around here in the back of it. Okay, so it looks like it's kind of grown up through there. I have a little piece here. I'm going to stick right here. And then another little piece I'm going to put right here. Actually, I need a bigger piece right there. So I'm just going to stick this in there. Because we all know it's going to be, we're going to have some flowers and some greenery here soon. And then I wanted to add a little bit up here. So I've got some small pieces of it. And let's see, how did that get like that? Okay, I don't know how it did that. Okay, here we go. And I'm just going to kind of put it in here because I want it to look like there's some up here. And I'm going to open this up a little bit so I can, because it's almost like a chain, so that helps me kind of put it up in here, and so it'll kind of stay. And then I'll put another piece on the other side. Whoops. I'm going to start adding some I need a bigger piece than that. Okay. Just kind of tuck it in there. And then I'm going to start adding some of my my flower garland. And I'm just going to stick that in there so it kind of, and I'll stick the end of it into the styrofoam ball. So it kind of, it just looks like it's all kind of growing in there. And see, here's another piece. And we'll kind of add this around to this side. Oops. Okay. And then I'm going to have this, I'm just going to kind of pull, well, that's two pieces. I'll just have it kind of pull apart so it just looks like it's growing. And actually, I like it because you can wrap it around, and so it, like vines do, they kind of attach themselves. And so then I also want to, let's see, I'll put a little piece in here. And then I've got some of these smaller pieces that I'll put up in here, because we'll also want some up in here. Take that in there. I'm going to wrap it around here. And see if I can, here's some more loose pieces. And I'm going to, I'll put some of this in the back. And we need one more piece. We need a piece over here. I think it's great when you can, I mean, I feel like it's a challenge to find something and kind of see if you can kind of do it yourself. Let me stick that in there so it doesn't, okay. And then I've got some more greenery. I've just some little pieces that I'm just going to stick in here so to kind of give this some more, whoops. Color and decoration. Okay. And we need something right there. Put another piece of greenery right down here. So it almost looks like the vine is kind of growing up. And I think I need one more piece of the flowers. Stick that there. All right. Okay, now that we have that on there, I think that looks really pretty. And so then, of course, we need to, oh my goodness, I need something right there. I'll tell you what, I'll just keep putting stuff on here until, okay, yeah, because this down here looks really full. Okay, so I think that looks really good. And now what I'm going to do with my little Easter eggs, I'll take some of my speckled eggs, some of the larger ones, and I'm just going to kind of tuck them in here. And if you wanted to, you could glue this, but a lot of my projects I like to take apart, and because I want to do something, you know, the next year, and I'll be able to use some of the same things that I have. I don't have to keep rebuying it. So I'm gonna do that, and then up here I'll want some eggs up here, so I'm gonna put some of these little eggs. Okay. And just start tucking some of those. These are styrofoam, and so they will lay in here really nice because they're not very heavy at all. So I'll just start sticking those in here. That one fell down in there. Let's use some different colors. Put a blue right there. And we'll just want to kind of put somewhere on the back side, even though it won't show very much. Whoops, there goes another one. Okay. And so I feel like that, I think we need one more egg down here. And so I really think this is really cute, and I will definitely be putting this out for my Easter decorations. But I hope you enjoyed this, and let me kind of give you a close up. Okay, so I really think that's so cute. It's Easter Topiary. Thank you for watching, y'all. Y'all are awesome. And to my new subscribers, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. It means so much to me. And people that have been watching me all this time, it is absolutely amazing. You all are amazing. Thank you so much. And I will see you soon. You have a great rest of the week.